Hey guys, Andy here from Mediocre Hobbies, bringing you a different kind of video than I normally make. Today I want to talk to you guys about upgrade kits. Games Workshop have currently brought out two upgrade kits in their new style and format, which is the Black Templar one and the Cadian one. The Black Templar one came out quite a number of months ago now. I actually have three of these. I found them extremely useful. All of the parts are used for this, that, and the other, whether it's for upgrading a unit that isn't actually Black Templars into a Black Templars force, whether it's upgrading units already in Black Templars like the Scouts in the Crusader squads that have shotguns or different heads, stuff like that. Upgrading Sergeants, tank and vehicle upgrades to make plain Space Marine tanks into Black Templars vehicles. So I think that this as a thing is an extremely useful thing, and if you collect Black Templars, I think you should definitely pick yourself up one or many of these. I think you will use them day in and day out. Having said that, I've been using the new Cadian one now for the day, trying out all the different parts, and yeah, it's an odd one. I do enjoy the pieces in there, but I struggle to find the why you would buy this, what the use of it is. For 13 more euro on the price of this, you could buy a full 10-man box of Cadian shock troops. So it's definitely a luxury on top of a luxury. But we're going to get into it today. I'm going to use all the parts out of this box to build up all the suggested miniatures. I'm going to talk you through each one, let you know what I like and what I find a bit strange about them. So without further ado, let's get into the video. But of course, before we do get into the video, I just want to say a huge thank you to all of my active patrons. Without you guys, I would not be able to keep the lights on and the cameras rolling. You guys truly are the stars of the show. If you're interested in getting involved and joining the Patreon, the two best benefits that I can think of are: one, access to a private Discord server where you can hang out with me and talk hobby on a daily basis. And two, you get an extra video every single week. So that's 52 extra videos a year for every single member of my Patreon. There has never been a better time to get involved. Let's get into the Cadians. So to start out with, these are the two upgrade kits that are currently available from Games Workshop. I do love the style of these upgrade kits, much more than the Space Marine one, which is just 10 shoulder pads and 2 heads and 2 pistol arms. They were kind of annoying. These are really cool and interesting. There's such a variety of pieces, and definitely uses for all those pieces, especially on something like the Black Templar one. This one is absolutely stellar. For instance, if you want to add the shotgun options to your scouts, they give you those. They give you options to convert other squads into Black Templars using all the purity seals and shoulder pads. You get a beautiful transfer kit in there. Other things to upgrade sergeants, knight heads, just back banners, just so many useful pieces. Like I said, I have 3 of these upgrade kits, and I don't even think that's nearly enough. There will be definitely more purchases of these in the future. When we move across to the Cadian upgrade kit, at first glance, it seems like it's the same thing. It's got some interesting pieces. You feel like it's going to upgrade a million different parts of your army. The more I look at it, the more I get confused as to the choice of some of the parts and what I'm supposed to do with them and where they're supposed to go in my army. And like I said at the beginning, I'm going to go through each build option they give you in their instructions, talk to you about the model it creates, tell you how the model makes me feel, where my mind puts in a setting, and go from there. This guy is definitely, I think, the most interesting part, a tank commander. And at this point of recording, when I was just showing you the box, I thought it was a generic tank commander. Not generic, but just a tank commander for any tank. Turns out it's purely for the Rogel Dorn tank. Now, someone who's already built and painted their Rogel Dorn tank, that was a little bit upsetting. It made me think of constructing another Rogel Dorn tank just for him. So as you can see, there's 2 sets of instructions in the kit. One for how to upgrade a Cadian shock troop squad. The parts in grey are from the Cadian Shock Troop Squad, and the bits in blue are from the upgrade pack. So it's very clear, you get a very easy understanding of what parts you're supposed to use on what model, although you have to do a bit of guesswork on the legs, but with the kind of unique posing that each set of legs and torso has, it's easy enough to figure out which one is which. The Cadian upgrade one for the tank shows you how to build a tank commander. You can build him as the drive me closer, want to hit my sword option with the sword in the air, or you can very stoically have one of his hands tucked behind his back, which I love. Reminds me a lot of Hornblower, if anyone that rings a bell with anyone. And then you get this bizarre mechanic person that stands on the side of the tank. It's definitely a safe place to be in war, but we should ignore that for now and talk about it a little bit more when I build her at the end. These are the sprues. As you can see, they are chock a block full of pieces. And I'm excited to show you what they can do and how to use them. Of course, using one of these upgrade kits requires you to have a Cadian Shock Troop squad. In the instructions, it talks about being able to upgrade this and a command squad. So if you want to do with the command squad, that's totally fine. Okay, so the first thing I did was cut out all the parts I need from the Cadian Shock Troop box for the Sergeant. This, in this instance, was just the legs and the torso. After that, I added the upgrade parts. So he's supposed to have a drum-fed autogun. This was a belt-fed autogun. I think this conversion is super cool. It's definitely very characterful. I give this like a proper 9 out of 10. It looks amazing. It's actually a female head as well, so she will lead a new squad of Cadian Shock Troops into battle. And I think she looks the business. After that, it was this set that was basically just stepping forward slightly. And the parts they suggested to put on for this one is this. I hate this. He's swinging a case behind him. He's got a lasgun lazily over his shoulders, and he's got a cigarette and he's pointing. If a squad is moving forward on a battlefield, engaging in enemies, and he's like posed like that, it just ruins the immersion for me. I don't think it suits at all. This one is a wounded soldier. So he's got his lasgun still defiantly in his hand. He's not letting that go. His other arm is in a sling. He's got a bandage over one eye, but he's still ready for the fight. Absolutely love this. Totally suits. This one moving forward. It's got a lasgun held in a pose ready to be bayoneted, holding the back of it. Cool pose. Nothing completely different from a normal Cadian infantry squad. I believe you can make this pose from the normal box set pretty much. Standing up, basically upright, is reading a map or some other important piece of information. I guess it suits. It's fine. Nothing crazy. I like the way the rifle is resting on her hip or upper thigh. Now, this is made completely from components out of the kit. You get to make a medic. While I think that being able to make a medic is super cool, it has absolutely no use. Only the command squad can have a medic. When you buy a command squad, you get a medic in it. Of course, Karskins can have them as well, but they're not Karskins. Kriegsmen can have it as well, but you also get the components to make that. Then you get this random other miniature that's holding a wrench. It's supposed to be put on top of the track guards for the Rogel Dorn tank. It's an interesting model, nothing crazy. My favorite piece is, of course, the beautiful Rogel Dorn tank commander. I am pretty much sure that I'm going to buy an entire other Rogel Dorn tank just to have a place to put this guy. Absolutely love it. As you can see, I used quite a lot of the parts off the kit. There are bits left over, heads, some sandbags, some other bits and pieces like that. All in all, I don't think it can be considered an upgrade kit. I don't think it upgrades anything really, but what I think it does do is make a really thematic cinematic squad of wounded soldiers. I think it would be absolutely stellar for something like a diorama. Okay, and there we have it. I've had a full playthrough with the new Cadian Upgrade Kit. I've built all the model options that they give you inside of the box using obviously a Cadian normal squad and adding the parts on top of. Final verdict is I do like all the extra scopes you can make with the unit. Is it required? Absolutely not. It's definitely a luxury on top of a luxury. So it's up to you. If you want to add in all the extra cool bits, go for it. I don't think it's a need. It's definitely just a want. I hope this video helped you guys out a little bit. If it did, make sure you give the video a like. Ask me any questions about the kit below and I will get back to each and every one of you guys. And if for some crazy reason you're not already subscribed to my channel, take 2 seconds out of your day and hit that subscribe button. It makes all the difference to me and costs you nothing. Thank you guys for sticking with me till the end of the video. I'll see you in the next one.